Hi Libra, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Extended Monthly Tarot for December 2023. Before I begin, I do just want to thank everybody for the well wishes for me and my daughter as we've been sick. She's feeling much better. I'm on the mends now, definitely still having a lot of symptoms to get past, but hanging in there. So thanks again for all the comments, really appreciated. Right off the bat, we got this popping out, Eight of Wands, which is ruled by Mercury and Sagittarius, okay? So Sagittarius season, when it comes to communication, there's going to be a lot going on, all right? Like rapid communication, okay? So we do have to be mindful because Mercury Retrograde is coming in. I'm going to go through the astrology, but we don't want to like fire off an email without checking it, okay? Because we're already in the shadow period of Mercury Retrograde. Now, you know, there's the doom and gloom of Mercury Retrograde, but the most important part about it is that it gives you time to reflect, okay? And we'll be getting to that. But strong indication, too, when it comes to your finances, okay? Like, you don't want to send an email or, you know, like sign a contract without reading through it and reading through it twice, okay? That's the kind of energy that is coming right now, is when it's going to be really quick and forward moving, but, and you know, if you're going on a trip, right? And you find a deal, like make sure you read through it first type of thing, okay? So just popped out, so I just had to get that out apparently right away. So a little bit of the December astrology. Okay, so we got Neptune turning direct in Pisces on December 6th. And this is going to make it a lot easier to hold on to faith and trust in the process, okay? Because it has been a very trying time right now, right? So having that is going to be wonderful because December 12th, we have the new moon in Sagittarius, and this is bringing us a new perspective. And this is wonderful for a sign like you Libras, where you are all about balance, fairness, right? There's two sides to a scale. So being gifted a new perspective can really catapult your relationships and career forward, okay? And then the next day is when Mercury retrograde begins. So we do have that impulse to move forward and like, you know, like that spark of inspiration to just charge forward with that fire energy. But retrogrades are a time again to reflect, reassess, reevaluate, all right, replenish. Air sign, your communication, okay? Mercury is the planet of communication. So this is going to be very important for you specifically and other air signs like Aquarius and Gemini to utilize this Mercury retrograde to take a step back, all right? This is a time for, if you're a writer, you know what I mean? Like spending alone time, writing a script, writing poetry. If you have to send an email, you know, making sure you take your time to write it. Like you don't just write it quick and send it off. Like you write it, come back to it, reevaluate it. You know what I mean? So really utilize that Mercury retrograde period to make the most of communication. And what I always like to remind people too, it's not only communication with others, but how you communicate with yourself is so important, Libras, okay? All right, December 21st, we have Capricorn season starting. So we will have more of that inspiration to start moving forward, right? Like actually doing the work that it takes to implement a new plan, a new project, new relationship, right? And then this is the most important date, I think, of December, is the full moon in Cancer on December 26th. Now, this indicates emotional closures that come with optimistic endings to sensitive matters, okay? So if there is something that has been in your life related to an emotional closure, sensitive matters, you know, take that how it resonates. That full moon is indicating that this is the culmination, right? Like that chapter, that book being closed. On that same day, we have, though, Chiron and Aries, all right? Now, this is highlighting healing insecurities. So, as always, it's really important. That new perspective is going to be really important, all right? This is a card about determination, moving forward, new perspectives. Chiron and Aries, healing insecurities. If we don't have our shadow in check, we might unearth some insecurities, okay? Because reminder, you know, with Mercury retrograde, we might unearth some insecurities, air, speaking, Mercury, communication. So just be mindful of that and really take that time to reflect before you speak or think anything into existence, okay? But wonderful energy to have that energy of healing and security. So when this stuff does bubble up, if there are insecurities at the end of the month, that are making you fearful, write them down and release them, okay? I mean, it's a full moon. Full moons are meant not only for culmination, but then release, okay? Like the days right after a full moon is release, okay? Really going to be important for you Libras. And then the December 30th, we have Jupiter direct in Taurus. So a reminder, Jupiter has been retrograde, reflect, okay? Reevaluate, reassess. Now, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So whatever you have been having in your mind that you want to expand, on the December 30th, Jupiter is going direct, and that is like the 3D world's like green light. All right, let's do this, okay? So the most important thing about this, though, is do not revert back in fear to old patterns, old relationships, old routines, okay? This is very important because this is a huge shift, right? And it's building. So reminder, I mean, Pluto just went direct on 10/10, okay? That power is building and building and building and building, all right? We want to keep moving forward. We don't want to revert back into fear. We don't want to let our shadow take over, okay? And if you're seeing other people's shadow really strongly, it's important that instead of projecting and looking to their shadow, we tune into ourselves, all right? Reminder, Mercury retrograde this month, all right? Tune within, the communication with yourself, okay? And then that communication with yourself, how we project that outward onto other people. Okay, just had to get that out. I think this is a really important month. Big closures, big beginnings, you know what I mean? Like this is right before 2024, okay? And remember, spring 2024 is going to be off the charts, energetically abundant, all right? A reminder too, your November extended, I did discuss how, those glimmers of luck, right? The lucky breaks, the synchronicities in November were just a hint of what's to come in spring 2024. So do get excited for that, right? The seeds have been planted. Nurture the seeds, okay? Try your best to stay off social media because social media is just continuing the divide, all right? And if you are on social media, if it's part of your career, like for me, I mean, it's in my job description. I love if you have strong air placements, this little tactic of if you do see things that are related to that divide, that are continuing to spread us apart, blow your air on it, okay? Use the power of your air energy and just go as you scroll past it, right? So I need to actually implement this more because it's very nauseating seeing how much divide and how much, people are trying to pull us into polarities. So the more of us with strong air placements that, especially too, like if you have a north node in an air sign like I do, I think, because that's your destiny and, forward, like the legacy you're leaving, whatnot. We want to get rid of that divide, and then start liking more of the stuff that is connecting us together, right? Like putting us together to rise up and liberate in the Aquarian age. You know what I mean? So if you are stuck on social media in a sense, okay, be very, very mindful of how you interact with it, okay? And the thoughts that come up and blow your air on it, all right? I really love that. And again, keeping the faith. This is, I love that this actually was here because it's the most important part of it. You can't just say you believe in something, right? You have to actually do the work, all right? It's putting your beliefs into practice is really what the faith card is all about, okay? And biggest part about this is ruled by Taurus, okay? And I really strongly think that December 30th, Jupiter direct in Taurus is going to be really important, all right? Do not revert back due to fear. Okay. So let's get into it for you, Libras, okay? Let's see what we got for Libra for December 2023. Yeah, you know what's so amazing is so many signs have been getting the King of Cups and Judgment in the shuffle, okay? And the overall theme, I think, for the month of December for everybody is emotional evolution. We've all been evolving. We've all been unearthing stuff within ourselves, within society, and it's all leading to liberation. So the more we can see how these, sometimes, you know, you have to go through the pain in order to get to where you want type of thing, right? Sometimes there have to be delays so that you can take a step back and reevaluate the situation, okay? All of it is leading to liberation, all right? And it's emotional evolution is where this liberation, this Aquarian age is rising from. It's our collective evolution, okay? You know, it's easy to believe in physical evolution, but nobody really talks about the conscious evolution that we are continually experiencing. So Libra is wonderful to see that, because I do believe collectively we're all emotionally evolving, okay? And like my personal belief is that this is all coming back to the importance of childhood development, emotional regulation, right? Nurturing development, so that we can be an evolved species, okay? So let's get into it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that retrograde is going to be really important, okay? Ah. Oh, okay. All right. Very, very cool. All right, Libras. Overall energy for the month of December is the Four of Swords. Again, swords are communication, our thoughts, right? How we speak. This is even driving further my point that I was saying. You really got to utilize that Mercury retrograde and take a step back, all right? You got to go within, okay? You got to unplug as much as you can. And like I said, if you can't unplug, you pause and you reflect, because the Four of Swords is all about needing to enjoy the silence, a need for rest, physical and mental healing, a time to recharge, okay? So a reminder, like, things are going to start moving forward at the end of the month. Jupiter is going direct on December 30th. So just keep that in mind, all right? Take a slow pace when it comes to December. Don't rush things just because you want to get it done. You have to make sure that you reflect and reevaluate things and assess them correctly, okay? All right. The Three of Coins is in the area of what you need more of, all right? So when Capricorn, this is ruled by Mars and Capricorn. And Capricorn, I'm sorry, Mars is how we assert ourselves, and Capricorn, obviously an earth sign. And this is really about working hard and paying attention to the details. So a reminder, it's really about paying attention to the details, okay? This person is tuning out the outside world, and they are focusing on the work at hand, all right? They're not getting distracted by the BS. They're not getting distracted by the collective, okay? And like air signs, you're so connected to the collective unconscious. You're so connected to that it can be hard to tune it out, right? You got a million thoughts going in your head. I'm a Gemini rising and moon. Like, I get that air sign constant internal chatter, if you will, okay? But it is so important this month that you stay focused on the work at hand and don't let the distractions get the best of you, okay? So when you're enjoying the silence and taking time to rest, you make sure that you're also doing this. So it really, like, there's a lot of like personal work, you know? So like if it's in a group setting, like you need to do certain things like on your own, okay? Like there's a lot of distractions, all right? That's really what I'm getting. And the more you can focus your thoughts onto your work, the more you're gonna see that come to fruition, like I said, with that Jupiter direct at the end of the month, okay? So the more you can do the prepping, the better off you'll be. Oops. All right, so the Two of Wands is in the position of like what you have the right amount of, okay? So I really do think that there is partnerships, negotiations, and opportunities that are coming. Channeling your desire and willpower, all right? You are doing that wonderfully. So that's what I'm saying is, like, if you can utilize more of this, like, you have the willpower, you have the desire, now get to work, all right? Just just do that, because like you do know what choice needs to be made, and you do have the passion to elevate yourself, if you will, right? Okay, So the Seven of Swords is in an area of what you need less of. And why I find this fascinating is because there's some sort of betrayal, okay? There's chaos, all right? It's really asking yourself, how do you react and how do you respond when you're betrayed and you feel betrayed, all right? So if this is you or if this is somebody else, take it how it resonates, because again, it's all about perspective. Like somebody betraying you might feel like betrayal from somebody else, or, you know, yada, yada. But we got to get this out of our head, all right? We got to get this energy of betrayal or whoever is betraying us out of our head, okay? Again, swords, our thoughts, our speaking. We got to get it out of our head, all right? It's really important to tune this out and tune in more of this Three of Coins. And two, like a wonderful practice for that is tapping. I really love tapping because that like is the perfect way to redirect your thoughts, okay? So when these kind of thoughts do pop up, do some tapping, all right? And again, like if you're seeing somebody's shadow being projected a lot, the best way to ease that is to do your own shadow work. So I know it's like beating a dead horse. I've been talking about shadow work for months now, but that is honestly the best way when other people project their shadow. The best is just not to react or respond to that, but to go within and do your own personal shadow work, because then that other person's shadow has less of an effect on you personally, okay? All right. Now, the Hangman is in an area of what you can change. Now, I'm getting this specifically, reminder, Neptune direct in Pisces is on December 6th. This is ruled by Neptune, okay, in Pisces. You can change your perspective on the situation, okay? You can let go of something, all right? You can have faith and trust that when you align yourself with your energy, that things are going to open up for you in your best interest, all right? So the Hangman, again, like it's that waiting period, right? But the Hangman is also, it's a time to, I'm telling you, shadow work. You take that mask off when you do your shadow work, okay? The projection you have that others see is, you know, like protection. Your projection is protection in a sense, okay? Now, I'm going to be doing those shadow videos, astrology related shadow work videos. I was going to do it during November break. Obviously felt really sick and didn't have time to do it, but mid-December, mid to end of December, I'm hoping to get those done. But quick recap. Your rising sign. Take a look at the opposite of your rising sign, okay? That's the shadow you project. Now take a look at your sun sign and see the opposite of your sun sign. That is the shadow you reject, okay? So during that Mercury retrograde, that would be a wonderful time for you, Libras, to ponder that, okay? And release, all right? But you really need to look at things from a new perspective. And a reminder, December 12th, that new moon in Sagittarius is bringing us the gift of a new perspective. Okay, so I really think this is going to be a big game changer for you. Okay, and then the Fool is in the area of what you need to accept. All right, like you really need to, utilize that new perspective. All right, whatever's coming for you with the December 12th new moon in Sagittarius, you got to accept this new perspective, and it's a fresh start, right? Like, and it's also a card of having faith that things are going to work out. Having faith of like, you know, stepping off that, you know, I'm getting like, you know, somebody at the edge of a cliff stepping off into the water. And, you know, please don't do that though, but that's the visual that came in my head. You need to accept that there's a whole new world, whole new beginning coming, okay? So that's interesting, okay? Because especially too, like your November was, you know, what you're going through right now is worth the wait, the heavy load. And last week, what was last week for you? Staying true to you, okay? So it's interesting. I think that there's some parts of this you need to unlock with that shadow work, all right? So we're going to clarify more, and maybe the past life energy is going to help more with this. But the end of the month is the Knight of Cups, okay? And the Knight of Cups is being in touch with your deepest motivations for why you're doing what you're doing. It's introspection, okay? So a reminder, like that time to unplug, all right? And get to you, okay? Nobody else but you and your motives and your intentions, and focusing on your Libra energy and what that means. And, you know, going back to that Libra new moon, please go back to that time. And if you have any like, you know, even like if it's like text messages with people, right? Like you might have been really feeling, like I said, I think I told you this last month, like you had that elevated, like, yes, like this is that liberation I've been wanting. You got yanked back down to the ground, right? You were in your air and then something pulled you right back down to the Capricorn shadow, okay? Get back to that, all right? I think it's going to be really, really important for you. All right, let's get a clarifier here, because I'm going to clarify like why we're not accepting the Fool energy. Okay. If there's resistance to this, you know, and it is. It's probably because you're tired. You got this though, all right, Libras? Okay. Because we really need Libra energy when it comes to the Aquarian age. We need that fellow air energy. Not only forward thinking and evolution, we need the balance, okay? So remember to see how important your energy is to the next paradigm shift in the collective's energy, okay? All right, let's get some past life energy for Libras for December 2023. What is going to help Libras accept the, the Fool energy? Ooh, somebody else got knighthood. I don't know who it was. If anybody watched that video where there was knighthood, please comment so I can remember, because this might actually indicate too, like if you have strong placements with whatever, it might have been Gemini, I can't remember. Whoever got knighthood, please comment. All right, so knighthood. Once a knight, always a knight. You receive this card as validation of your inner knighthood. Whether you're a man or a woman in this life, you have the heart and mind of a knight. Most likely, you've long had a fascination with tales and images of knights. You may collect knight figurines, decorate with knight-related artwork, and even dress up as a knight during costume parties. In relationships and careers, you're drawn to defend those who are weak and vulnerable. You may choose a profession that puts you into a guardian or protector role. It's essential that you only work for organizations that you fully believe in. As a knight, you're loyal to those who earn your respect. Otherwise, you're not happy, okay? Like I personally, I'm obsessed with like Renaissance Festival, medieval times. You know what I mean? And I always have been. And I know I've gotten this card before. So make sure that, you know, you do align with this type of energy of, you know, and you sense you can see this as justice, right? Okay? Like that loyalty is loyal to the people too, right? You know? Okay. So take that how it resonates, but that has to do with some sort of resistance to this fresh start. Also too, duh, the Knight of Cups. So this is actually really lovely because even though this is a major arcana, like both of these are major arcana. Okay, also too, what you can change and what you need to accept. Look at that. So fascinating, right? Because the hourglass is in the mirror, right? And again, what did I say about projection and reflection? Okay, time. Interesting. You got to jump up. Yeah, there's something with time too, okay? But the Knight of Cups and this knighthood, like you're getting to your deepest motivations, and it has to do with this. So like definitely immerse yourself too in like media that like is related to like this era. What did A Knight's Tale? Loved that movie. You know what I mean? Like watch movies even if they're not specific to like knighthood, but like just during that time, all right? Like King Arthur's Court, Merlin, that was an amazing series if you haven't seen it. So really getting to that is going to be really important for you. But definitely, I mean, this is a very important, very strong message for you, Libra. So I'm really hoping that this video gets to your page and your suggested tarot, because this is really important. Yeah. Wow, that release is so important. Okay. All right, so now let's pull an empowering question for Libras. All right, what empowering question is going to help Libras for... You know, too, actually, this is just such an important reading because, like, I'm getting this as, like, night energy, too, right? And, like, it's like this idea, like, you're exhausted because, again, Libras, justice, balance, fairness, right? The fact that things have been so off balance is exhausting you. Okay? But you gotta have faith. So remember that December 6th is bringing back that faith. And these cards, I mean, the likelihood of these cards coming out in these positions is very unlikely and very wild. But like I said, there's a lot to do with shadow work. I really think that that shadow work is going to really help you in the month of December, especially, like I said, Mercury retrograde, perfect time to do that, okay? All right, so let's get an empowering question for Libras. Not that many. I know I want you to think, but not that much. All right, let's see. All right, Libra empowering question for December 2023. Yeah, so many very specific, important messages for you. And obviously related to justice, loyalty, true to yourself. All right. Okay, we're going to pull only that top one here. Okay. Empowering question. Would I be proud of myself if I spoke to other people in the same way as my thoughts speak to me? How do my thoughts speak to me? All right. That's going to be very important for that retrograde time to ponder that empowering question. Obviously, ponder it now, but like during that retrograde time, you know, really, really ponder that. Okay. So let's see what crystal energy is going to help Libras for the month of... All right. You got knowing, which is celestite. So if you could have some celestite, very strong air energy, obviously, like angelic air energy with this. It's knowing, okay? So much of this is going in within, all right? And losing focus of this. Also, this is Aquarian energy too, so take that how it resonates when it comes to betrayal. But like I said, I think that's in some way of like people like speaking some sort of betrayal. Okay. All right, so we're going to get one clarifier and then we're going to close this out. Libras, if you did like this reading, please do like this video, subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot, get notifications of new videos popping up, and comment if this does resonate with you in some way, and share with others that you think it might resonate with or who might need to hear or watch this video. So let's get a clarifier for Libras for December 2023. Can we get a clarifier for Libras for... Okay. We're going to do that again. My hands are so small and these cards are way bigger than I expected. Okay. Clarifier for Libras for December 2023. Way too many. Clarifier. There it is. Nice. All right. Again, major arcana. Major. December is major for you, Libras. You got the Magician. This is Mercury. Air. Okay. You got such strong energy about communication and thoughts and how we communicate. Okay. Success can be yours through talent and effort. All right. You got to utilize this Three of Coins. All right. This month. Success, completion, financial gain, dedication, working hard and making sure you pay attention to the details during that Mercury retrograde, all right? We can't just like stop life from happening during Mercury retrograde, okay? So just when we can utilize the energy for what it is. And like I said, like there's going to be rapid communication, but you can take a second to pause, read over it, read it again, come back to it, you know, reflect and then come back to it. Like really utilize that, because you have effective manifestation abilities. You have the ability to effectively communicate from who you are, right? That knighthood. So excited for you, Libras, okay? Very important month. Have an amazing December, all right? Stay focused on that liberation, and remember Jupiter direct at the end of the month, okay? Your expansion is going to turn direct, and like that you're going to get that momentum happening. So have a wonderful month, Libras. Giving you a big, warm Pisces hug.